That's not tough. I didn't have a great game. Being able to be in different spots is something that Bruce works with us a lot on. During training, we start in certain formations, but when we do a lot of our ball movement and stuff like that, he moves guys around so they're comfortable. I think we were a little bit better with Giassi wide and myself up front. I think we were a little more dangerous. We just couldn't get the second goal, and that ended up almost hurt us. But all in all, it turned out.
Landon, over here. Just wondering if you could talk a little bit more about the tactical switch at halftime. How did the game open up for you when you moved into the middle? And then also your emotions right at the final whistle.
There was a lot of space as they attacked and the ball turned over. We didn't do a good enough job creating real chances, so I think they wanted to get me closer to goal and put Giassi in a spot where he could be more effective out there. So it was sort of simple as that. You know, it looks genius. Sometimes those things don't work out. It's you go on a feeling, and Bruce, that was Bruce's hunch. The feeling at the final whistle is it's so mixed and so wrapped up with so many different emotions, and so more than anything, it's joy, but it's really joy for the other guys who haven't been a part of this or who I know how much it means, and so. It's so nice in this phase of my life to be able to help contribute to that.
Yeah, Landon, right here. At the end of the game, you hugged so many people as you were around. Was anybody in particular, did you find yourself being emotional? Were there any tears during those hugs, those things?
I just want to say for the record, I think we've made it when Bill Koshkin's at our press conference. Thanks for showing up. You know, there's so many ups and downs throughout a season, and when you're part of a team, you go through so many different things throughout the year. And so you sit next to guys in the locker, you talk about life, you understand that, you know, some guys on our team have lost parents, they've had difficulties with pregnancies, they have things go on and off the field that are difficult. They go through good runs of form, bad runs of form on the field. They have different personal things that are going on. And when you finish a year like this, all of that sort of comes out. And when you couple that with having been a part of these guys' lives for so many years, a lot of these guys have been with 5, 6, 7, 8 years, it's family. They really are your family. And so when you can celebrate it in that way, it's so pure. And I think that's the absolute beauty of sports.
Landon, congratulations. At the end of the game, there was raw emotion in the corner there. When you went over to the Riot Squad, there was a woman crying. They were singing "Oh, Landon Donovan," and you kind of gave a tip of the cap or a bow to them. Can you describe your emotions at that moment?
Not many athletes get the chance to play majority of their career in their hometown. And the way sports are now, athletes are quick to jump around and through free agency go to other teams, or you get traded, a lot of that stuff. So it's not like it was back, you know, before my time, before our time, where guys would be with the club for 15, 16 years. I've been fortunate enough to do that. So a lot of those faces I see every week. I see them outside the stadium. We get to say hi to them. I see them in the stadium. It feels more than just a fan. You know, they feel like they're a part of this family too, and they're there every week. Win, lose, or draw, they're there supporting us. So it sometimes sounds cheesy that you share with the fans, but we really do. I mean, these people love to be a part of this team, and it's as much about them as it is us.
Landon, para los medios en español, fue una final soñada, así lo soñaste, tu retiro. ¿Cuáles son tus últimas palabras como jugador que le puedes decir a la gente que siempre te siguió, a todos los hispanos, a toda la gente de otras nacionalidades que hablan español?
Para mí, muy claro, es un sueño terminar así. Eran ocasiones donde no quisiera que va a terminar así. Sería más triste si pasó así, pero para mí es perfecto. En el momento, toda mi familia, más que 80 personas de mis amigos y familia eran aquí. Es un día perfecto porque ellos saben lo que pasó en los últimos 16 años para mí y todos están bien contentos en el momento.
Landon, sigamos en español. Felicidades. Y cuando
Gracias.
miras al 2001, cuando llegaste en préstamo a la liga, ¿te imaginabas romper tantos récords, incluso con el que rompiste hoy también siendo el jugador que más veces ha ganado los títulos en la MLS?
Cuando anotamos segundo gol, estaba pensando en que vamos a ganar otro campeonato, pero mañana puedo pensar en más cosas. En el momento estoy feliz y estoy en el momento que ganamos esta cosa.
Landon, congratulations
Thank you.
to Carter here. There was that free kick late in the game, and it seemed like things slowed down. It was like slow-mo. It seemed like it was a shoot for a Gatorade commercial or something. Were you just wrapped up in the game to kind of see things, see kind of that moment as something other than what it was? And secondly, the Galaxy, now that you're leaving, do you think they're in good heads? Do you think they'll continue to keep winning these trophies like they have been 3 out of 4?
Yeah, I mean, you're in the moment in the game. It's hard to think about anything else than that. This club is clearly more than one player. They do things right here. There's a lot of organizations in this league, and some of you guys, may or may not follow them, that don't really do things right. And this club, this organization, this team does things right, and it starts at the top. Phil Anschutz is as passionate and caring an owner as you'll see. He's behind the scenes. You guys don't see a lot of him. You don't see a lot of him, but he cares. Dan Beckerman, as good of a human being as I've been around, and that filters down. You guys all know Chris Klein. He was a roommate of mine for many years and have so much respect. And Bruce. So when you have that spine in an organization, the organization is going to be successful regardless of who's playing.
And you're the all-time leader in goals, assists, those same statistics, but in the playoffs, and now you have more MLS Cups than anyone. Does any one of those things kind of stick out to you as most meaningful?
I think all of them mean longevity. I say this often. There's a lot of players who come into leagues and are good for 2 or 3 years. To be good for 14 or 15 years is what's most difficult, because once teams get tape on you, once they see how you move, you become a lot more predictable, and it's a lot more difficult, especially in our league. And so I'm proud that all those records have happened because of my longevity, my ability to stay healthy, to stay on the field, to always produce. All of those things mean a lot to me.
Other than the people and the friends you've made in the game, what do you think you'll miss about not being a professional soccer player?
Well, there's no experience like what just happened. And so, if you work a desk job, or a 9-to-5 job, there's no real experience where you get to feel that. And so, I can't imagine that anything can replace that in my life going forward, so I'm going to miss that greatly. That's hard, I think that's why a lot of athletes struggle after they retire, because you can't get that back. And so I have to be aware of that and know that, and find other things that I'm passionate about.
Landon, te llevas 6 títulos de Liga de la MLS, pero también dejas para la MLS y para todos los fanáticos. Hablaba con un niñito de apenas 5 años y dice, es que es el mejor futbolista de toda la vida en la MLS. Háblanos de esos sentimientos porque tú los viviste, pero también esos fanáticos se van tristes por tu partida.
Sí, la más importante para mí es que tengo que vivir mi vida y tengo que ser feliz. Yo sé que va a ser difícil para algunos, también en mi familia hay algunos que están muy tristes, pero lo más importante es que yo estoy seguro en lo que quiero hacer en mi vida y en el momento me siento muy bien porque yo sé que eso es el tiempo correcto para mí.
Landon, you've made not only a great impression here in football in the US, but you've made an incredible impression on British football, especially during your time at Everton, and also on a global level for the United States, playing in the World Cup. What would you say to British fans who are hoping, especially the Toffee fans, who are hoping to see you maybe one last time at Goodison Park? Would they see you maybe in the stands cheering them on this time around?
They'll definitely see me in the stands. I don't think they want to see me on the field again. I can't move the way I could then. So I obviously, as they know well, that was a big part of my career, although it was a short period of time. And I really think it helped me in a lot of ways be successful these last 4 or 5 years. I learned a lot from those players. I learned a lot from that club that I was able to bring here. So I'm forever grateful. I will absolutely be back at Goodison Park at some point, and I look forward to it.
Cool.
Landon, looking back, this has been so much part of your life, soccer, since you were a young child. This phase is over. Can you talk about what this sport has meant to you, why you, I assume you have a love for the sport, and how you will deal with it not being part of your life?
When I was 2 years old, my older brother, who I regretfully don't talk about a lot, my older brother, Josh, played with me when I was 2, and he was 5 years older, and he couldn't wait till I could walk so that he could start playing soccer with me. And I firmly believe that practice makes perfect, and so I've had a head start on probably almost everyone I played against. We played all the time, and when I mean all the time, I mean all the time, in every way, every facet. Him and I playing in the street, playing in the house, breaking things, playing in the backyard, all of that. And so it's always been a source of connection for us because we shared this love and this bond for this sport. And that's why it goes deeper than just playing a game for me. It's a connection with a lot of things, a lot of people I've come across in my life, none more so than my brother. And so the beauty now is I get to play with him, and we can go play like we did when we were young.
Congratulations, Landon.
Thanks.
After today's win, you're definitely in the elite company with the likes of Kobe Bryant, Derek Jeter, Michael Jordan. What does that mean to you, both professionally and personally?
What did you say? That like him?
Well, you're in the elite company, you know, with a lot of those guys like Kobe, Derek Jeter, Michael Jordan. What does that mean to you, both professionally and personally?
I've always tried to be a winner, and I think that's I think that's one thing that people don't maybe appreciate enough, that guys who are real winners. And to me, that's as important, if not more important, than the individual stuff. Because, don't get me wrong, goals are great, assists are great, awards are great, but soccer's a unique game where you can't as easily influence a game. You know, in basketball, there's 5 guys on the court. In football, there's a quarterback who can always influence a game. In soccer, to be able to influence a game and consistently be a winner is very difficult. So I've always tried to do that. Today, I didn't have a great game as far as technically and that stuff, but I felt like I was doing things to help. Other guys didn't have great games, but they did things to help win. And to me, I'm very proud of being in that company. That is harder than anybody realizes.
Congratulations and thank you for all the